been anticipated. It's been asked for. It's here. We're back. Welcome to the newest episode of NotShoes. I am the last professional broadcaster, Sam Roberts. This is Reed. Hot Dog's here, too. I guarantee it.
I am here. You can hear me.
There he is. There he is. Hot Dog's here. Look, you know about NotShoes already. I apologize. I feel like it's been a long time because we're good for about one episode a month.
You're a busy man.
A picky man?
You're a busy man.
Busy man, yeah. I guess I'm picky. I'm not really picky. I buy like everything, but
Flex.
I should be way more picky. But you should see that rack of chalk lines next to you. But, yeah, I mean, we did last month's episode kind of early, so it was still August when we taped it. Although our video editor, Reed, went ahead and took 7 weeks to get the thing edited. I mean, you would have thought literally Avatar was made quicker
and I admitted
than
it was
last
my
week's
mistake.
episode. Yeah,
It was
who
my
else's
mistake.
mistake would it be?
But then I promised the next episode would turn over really quick, and then it ended up being a prolonged episode. So I'm like, oh god, now I gotta stick with that, live with that failure.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, we're coming out like, oh, you know what's coming out soon? And everybody's like, this has been out for 6 weeks. What are you talking about?
You gotta have 8 months promotion.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so so technically it feels to us like it's been even longer because you'd be shocked based on when the episode came out how long before that it was actually taped.
Oh yeah, to them it's just normal release dates.
Right, yeah, I guess
I
that's
got you.
true. Yeah.
To them they're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It was really well edited too. I'm sure all you guys were thinking that. So.
Oh, totally. But so that was done early, and that was so we could get Angelo on the shoe plug.
That was really
so
fun.
he could give us a little insight into that. If you haven't watched it, go ahead and go back. And then, we tried to get it towards the beginning of the month, but I guess we're already middle of October. At this point, by the time this comes out, it'll be January. But we're already middle of October because I've been all over the place. I couldn't find a weekend to sit down with the boys and talk shoes because that's what we do on NotShoes, okay? This isn't the show where we'll grant you expertise because nobody in here is an expert. But we're all Reed and I are hobbyists. Hot Dog lives here.
We're still gonna shoot. By the way, I was talking to Hot Dog on the way up here. We're still gonna shoot like the vlog sneaker shopping with Hot Dog.
Oh, you mean what you talked about in July?
Yeah, no.
Cool,
no.
man. I can't wait for it.
No, it's gonna come out. The turnover.
Stay tuned, summer 2020.
Yeah, I mean, great. Is that coming out around the same time as Kanye's next album?
I need people in the comments to seem like they want that. I mean, it needs to be anticipated before we do it.
Yeah,
It's a special moment. You can only do it once.
What are you talking about? You could just go shopping with him the next time too. You could do it as many times as you want.
Sam, we knew about Star Wars coming
out last year, and it's coming out December. Yeah, that's kind of what we're doing here. We're setting a date, and then
So the 2020 is the date.
Yeah.
Okay. Summer 2020.
Be on the lookout, summer 2020.
Summer 2020. Hot dog summer. That's summer hot dog 2020.
He needs to get a pair of shoes where we can show off the calves along with it. It's too
Does he have good calves?
Oh, dude, no.
No.
Swing.
Okay. Yeah, I would have guessed. You're not a calf guy. But I mean, there's new releases happening all the time. And I feel like we should get right into it. I mean, the reason we do this show is because we like talking about sneakers. There are a lot of you out there that like talking about sneakers. And all the time people come up to me like, how do I get started? How do I know what to buy? How do I get this? How do I get that? And I mean, at the end of the day, you just buy what you want.
Or have money. Because that's the first step.
Yeah, you gotta make some money.
How do I get all these shoes? Well,
they cost money. Yeah. But it is like you do have to find your way into this hobby and figure out how to buy this stuff.
Well, there are starter shoes. You can't get into the shoe game with off-white ones being your first pair. I think stuff like that's a little overboard. You know?
Yeah, and it's also, I don't respect it. Like, if somebody just like, I want to start collecting sneakers. I was having an argument with Pat McAfee about that. He was like, I'm a sneaker collector. I'm like, you're not a sneaker collector. You have a whole bunch of NFL money, and before you got to do something where people are going to see your shoes, you go over to Flight Club and you just buy the most expensive pair. That's not a sneaker collector.
No, of course not.
So if you see Pat McAfee, tell him you're not a sneaker collector, because he isn't.
No, I think
he's a farce.
Yeah, you definitely need to be invested in your shoes outside of wearing them. I think that's a good definition of a sneakerhead. Like, whether you watch shows like this or you go online to find out about them, something like that. You can't just go in and buy it.
You can't have full control over it either. It has to have that feeling where you're just like, I'm not going to get it, and then you get it. Like, you tell me every time. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to get that release. And you're like, yeah, you are. Of course you are.
Who are you trying to convince, you or me?
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the pickups. I think that's a lot of people's favorite part of the show.
Which I need to point out before the show. You said you had a light pickup week, and then you talked about
light pickup month,
and then you talked about multiple pairs you picked up. So put everything into perspective.
Well, yeah, I mean, but it's not like I picked up a pair every week. But the pairs that I picked up
are some good ones,
really good ones. I guess we'll start with a pair that I think have been heavily heavily slept on.
I know which one you're talking about. We've talked about this
Yep.
before. And I hated them at first, and I have now come full circle.
They're amazing to me. I've worn them multiple times since I picked them up. It is the Yeezy 700 magnets. They were put out on Yeezy Supply, I want to say. That's where they were released. I don't think they were released on the Adidas website. But there it is, the Yeezy 700. Now it is, I mean, the bottom is pretty much the same. It's probably the most similar to the Wave Runner, which is the original Yeezy 700.
Yeah.
You know, probably, I mean, arguably, if one model is the classic Yeezy, it's probably either that or maybe the Beluga 2.0.
You think so? My favorite shoe of all time is the Wave Runner, but I think
the silhouette
is still the 350. That's the most classic.
But there's not one 350 that defines all the 350s, except maybe that Beluga. Maybe the Zebra. You could argue the Zebra is right there.
I would even maybe go early Turtle Dove, like the first 350s,
Yeah,
like those ones. I get what you're saying.
But yeah.
This is up there now because I like the stone colored tones they have on the inside.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
This is like, you know, they're putting out, what's it called, the 500 stone.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to look like the material is going to be a lot more like this. But I love these, man. They're super comfortable.
And you've been wearing them like they hold up well?
Yeah, I've been wearing them all over the place. You can see, like, I actually kind of like that you can see that the bottom, because they're such thick rubber, you see the kind of creasing.
Yeah,
it
it happens to all 700.
Right. And it's just, but it's unique to the 700, the type of creasing that comes in these big chunky soles.
Yeah.
To me, anyway. I mean, I don't have like the Balenciagas; those might crease in the same way. But
I don't think those would be your swag either.
No, but you can see it's got the like 3M little chunks here. It's kind of gray on gray, which I like, and it's got the pretty classic Wave Runner bottom. See, look at that. There's a gummy candy in the bottom. That's how you know I've been wearing them.
Well, they're a really nice pair of shoes. I look at them as when I don't want to wear my Wave Runners too much because I don't want to beat them up. So they're the perfect shoes you can wear when you don't want to, like, you know what I mean? They keep their color better. I like them a lot, actually.
Yeah, they look really cool. And you know why I like them? I went into
gum sole.
Yeah, no, there's especially gummy sole. That little yellow candy. I went to what store was it? The Shinola. I went to a Shinola, and I was buying my wife something or other. And when I went in, the guy was like, "Oh, those are really nice shoes." And then he goes, "What are they?"
So he doesn't care at all. He's just trying to start a conversation with you.
No, I think he
genuinely
liked the sneaker, and I really appreciated that he liked it without the hype.
Did he work there?
He worked there, but I had already committed to what I was buying. Like, I was on the way out the door.
Okay.
So the selling portion of the day was over.
He didn't need to be nice.
Didn't need to be nice.
Gotcha.
We had already committed to what we were doing.
That's a win then.
Yeah, and he was like, "Are they Nike? Are they?" I was like, "Are Yeezys, kid?" Like, what?
Did you give him the head bob?
But I was like, but it made me feel good because that means that without the Yeezy hype,
yeah,
they're still considered a nice sneaker, and they go with everything. I just really like them.
And I think me and you are rare in the fact that we like Yeezys not just because they're hyped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess, but it's tough to say that. I mean, would I get that sneaker if it wasn't a Yeezy? I couldn't sit there straight faced and tell you.
But
definitely
you don't. But you definitely don't wear Yeezys that you don't like the look of.
That's true. Yeah, I don't.
I know tons of people that wear shoes that they don't really love the look of, and they literally tell me like, "Oh, these are because they're Yeezy. They're because they're off white."
That's right. No, yeah, there are a bunch that I don't buy. I specifically went out to get those. And, you know, I know what you're saying, that you're like, I could wear those a lot so I don't beat up my Wave Runners.
Yeah.
But you know what I did with these?
No.
Double up.
Double up.
You got to. You got to. So doubled up on these for sure.
Do you have a problem with the 700s? I've been meaning to ask you. Both pairs I have, the Mauves and the Wave Runners.
I don't like the Mauves, but go on.
I love the Mauves. But do you ever get the holes in the back when you walk? Like, my heel rubs holes into both those pairs. I can't tell if that's because they're newer models and the newer.
Maybe you're heavy-footed.
Oh, I definitely am. I'm heavy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's for sure. But I was just curious because I can see extra padding in the back here. I mean, if you guys can't see this here, but you see what I mean?
Yeah.
I think maybe that might have been to make up for that kind of design flaw they have. But
maybe, for sure.
I'm happy for you.
I'll tell you what else I got. And these are also excellent. You know, I'm a Jordan 1 guy.
Of course.
I buy a lot of Jordan 1s.
As the closet shows.
Yeah, I mean, like, we had to do a specific. When I was decorating the table, I was like, let me not just cover it with Jordan 1s.
Maybe that's why you like Yeezys so much. They make you feel more.
Yeah, like, okay, there's more to me as a person.
Oh, you were talking about these a while ago. You loved them. You said
love them.
Did you not? You said these are the most slept on pair of the year, maybe. Didn't you?
I think I said that they might end up being, but then they weren't because they were actually way tougher to get than I thought they would be.
How so? Is there a story behind these pair?
Yes, these are the Obsidian UNCs. You can see it's like navy. It's all blue. Navy, and then that sort of UNC sky blue with the white tongue and sail. Not white, sail. And I'll tell you, the material, you can feel it yourself. The material it's amazing. You can see, I mean, I think you can feel how soft it is already. But
Yeah,
feel that.
which is really important because, yeah, of course, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And I think that's why ones look so good beat up, or at least better than most shoes look beat up, because when they go with the right material, that material ages really well.
Yeah, but like for instance, the ones they put out a few months ago, the pink and black ones, I forget what they're called, but they're the ones that are basically like the bread except it's pink instead of red. Like the material's terrible on them.
Have you worn these before?
A lot.
Yeah, so they held up really well.
Yeah, they
then.
held up. They hold up really well. Yeah, so with these, you know, I had to do double up.
Double up.
There was no question about the double up on the ones because, like, especially pair of the like. I wear jeans all the time. I wear blues a lot. So like, this is something that I would wear, like, constantly. It goes with almost everything I have. Like, if I'm wearing black, maybe
Including
not.
your eyes.
Thank you so much for noticing. Yours too. Look at that. Look at
But
that.
I don't own the pair.
Look at that. So I was like, well, I specifically, these are ones where I was looking at them going, they're not just to get for the collection.
Yeah.
These are ones that I'm going to want to wear a lot. So enter all the lotteries. You know what I mean? Like the Foot Lockers, all the chain stores.
Which is half the fun.
Half the fun. And I usually do pretty well. I never win on everything. But with a pair like this, like if it's a super limited pair or super sought after or whatever it is, then, you know, I strike out like everybody else
They were
does.
really that limited?
But I don't know if they were that limited or just people wanted to get their hands on them.
Yeah, I wish
Because
I
I
how many
didn't-
pairs they made.
I didn't get any bites on any of the chain stores. Foot Locker, Champ, none of it. No bites. And I was like, oh, no. And so I woke up the Saturday they came out. I woke up in the morning without a guarantee, which is always very nervous. You know what I mean? Because I go like, okay, well, what's the plan here? Like usually there's a plan, and I go, to say I'm going to sign on to sneakers at 10 a.m. and try to get them there, that's not a plan.
That's a prayer.
That's a prayer. But guess what? I signed on to sneakers and got them. I'm
You're
the
the lucky-
sneakers
that-
guy.
I was
I'm very good with sneakers.
Again, on the way up here, I was talking to Hot Dog. You must have some kind of secret plug because you are the luckiest guy I know
Dude,
with raffles.
I don't use bots.
You don't exactly.
I don't even. More often than not, I don't even use a second account. Like sometimes I get my wife. Like when the Travis Scott ones came out, I got my wife to pick up her phone. But we have 2 kids now.
Yeah.
So now it's more like, Jess, if you will just watch the kids, let me be on my app right now. Like,
So shoes are a reason for you to step away now even more.
yeah. So I did get 1 pair on the sneakers app.
Mhm.
Now you're probably sitting there going like, "Oh, you're the luckiest guy ever." But with my
Yeah, I just said that.
right, but with my illness, it's not always the best news. If I don't win this pair on sneakers, right, and I don't get it anywhere, then maybe I can just sit there and go, "Well, you know what? Maybe sometime in the future." But I guess it's not written it's not in the stars for me right now,
When
right?
have you ever told yourself that?
Here's the problem. If I can get 1, then there's no way that I can deal with not getting a second pair. If I don't get 1, then, you know, it's not such a necessity. Lila knows.
No, yeah, she's coming over here to tell you that you do indeed have an illness.
Yeah, but if I get the
She's
1,
concerned for you.
I have to get the second pair.
I understand that though. It feels nice because you love them so much. Again, people don't know that it's just so you can have 1 pair that's clean and 1 pair that's dirty. Like
That's it.
so you don't have the guilt of beating up.
That's it. That's it.
I get it.
So I go, okay, so I got the 1 pair on sneakers. Plus, I know that depending on how I get the second pair, if you're going to save 1 pair, you got to save the sneakers pair. Because and I think we've talked about it before, because
That's OD. Are you kidding? So you make sure you save the pair you bought off the lottery. You won off the lottery because it's even more special to you.
no, off sneakers, because that's the pair that you're guaranteed 2,000% to be authentic. Because when you start dealing, even if I'm dealing with Angelo, the sneaker plug, whoever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always want to keep the one that you know. If you bought it at Foot Locker, if you bought it from Sneakers, if you bought it from one of these places where it doesn't even make sense that they would have fakes because that's not their business,
Yeah.
that's the pair that you have to keep. And then if you're going to a boutique store, if you're going to a secondhand dealer, if you're getting a pair resale, that's not the pair that you save. That's the pair that you wear, just in case. If you got one retail from a real store, that's the one you save, because the one you save should be the one that you know is going to be authentic. If you're going to get ripped off and get a fake, better to beat up that pair than to save it and have the real pair get beaten up.
That's smart. I never thought about that. Fakes today have gotten so good. Too.
So good.
In large part because the sneaker business itself has boomed. Like 20 years ago, they would not, but people now are like getting arrested for sneaking in $30 million worth of fake Nikes and stuff like that. So I get what you're saying.
Plus, when you get sneakers, hopefully, sometimes they don't, but usually they send you a receipt in the mail. So you put that receipt right in the box, and now it's like, oh, this is legit.
Which is why I don't blame people when they always say. I have some people that tell me don't buy it off StockX, stuff like that. But it's a numbers game. There's so many out there.
Yeah.
That
I mean, if you're gonna get it, StockX is not gonna be 100% reliable, but it's gonna be more reliable than a bunch of other places. Yeah.
I know. No,
so
I'm with you on that.
So I was like,
win and win.
Okay, so no, because now we're still only one pair. We can't have that. So I go, okay, I got my pair off sneakers. I didn't win on any apps. So I said, Jess, I got to go out.
Got to hit the streets.
I got to hit the streets, right? And we talked about this last time. 3 p.m. is when they release the raffle pairs in these stores. And you go, remember I told you I got that pair of Yeezys through the raffle, but you got to be there right away because
all the kids that get off school, that's when they can get the fare.
I know.
3 p.m. They got to do it for them.
Of course they do. And people will go in. They'll win this. They'll be able to buy a sneaker because they won the earlier raffle, but they'll pick them up right before 3 so they can get back online and get a second pair.
It's all about the hustle,
which is fine, but it's just
they
part of the game.
Up.
But guess what? I went to probably half a dozen stores. All of them. Nope. Everybody picked their pairs up. Everybody picked their pairs up. I go, oh no. And then the price starts going up, and I don't like when the price starts going up.
So you're in your car looking on the phone, seeing the price go up every time.
I'm like,
you
oh, no. I'm like, well, let me see what StockX does, like, after people get their shoes shipped to them. Because sometimes it'll go down, whatever. And I was like, okay. A week went by, and I was like, okay, it's time to start getting on these streets because I want to wear a pair. So, figured out a trade. We got a trade to report. Remember last time I talked to you about the trade?
Yeah, no, your trades are usually epic, but I'm surprised this is a pair you traded for, even if you already had a pair. So you must really love them.
Yeah, because I wanted to wear a pair.
That reinforces how much you love these. You went and traded to double up.
Yeah, traded to double up, which I don't mind either. I'm at the point now where the collection has gotten so big that I don't mind getting rid. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing to be me. It's so great. I don't mind getting rid of some pairs that I don't really like.
Yeah.
To like really fine tune the collection,
Mm-hmm.
So I went to a local resale store here in Westchester that luckily does used shoes. So they'll sell, they clean them up and everything so they look nice, but they will sell new and used shoes, which means they buy new and used shoes.
And are they like GameStop with used games though? They just give you like 5 cents and
it's way less. And it makes sense because they have to sell it for less and they have to make a profit. But it's not quite like GameStop in the sense that it's not a chain.
Well, it also shows you how much a fiend we are that like people will buy used shoes. Like you buy a used game, you don't really know the difference. Like you buy a used shoe, if it's bad enough, you're like, oh, this is not how my foot's shaped. No,
exactly. When you put it on, you're like, I can feel another person's foot.
Especially Yeezys because they're caged with boost, so they really form you. Like, oh,
yeah.
I'm not that flat-footed.
It's like sleeping on like a used like mattress that like has been shaped to somebody else's body and all their sweat's been absorbed into it.
You just got 2 futons in your feet.
Right, exactly. So I go like, okay, but so I went into that store and I was like, let's work something out. And the guy was like, okay, I'm going to like SneakerCon in DC over the weekend. So come back on Monday and I'll have a 10.5. I'm sure I'll be able to get one. I was like, okay, and we'll work out a trade. So here was the trade we worked out. I pulled out from the collection. One of my biggest regrets of all time was I bought the entire Jordan 1 Gatorade pack. All 4.
We've talked about this in
double
pack. You hashtag doubled up.
8 on all of them, and it was stupid. It was stupid. It was, I got excited, and I shouldn't.
I remember when the hype. I'm not gonna blame you because I do remember when the hype came out.
And the yellow ones are exclusive to the app, but it took like 3 days for everybody to realize these are so ugly. I don't want these.
Yeah.
So, I went up into my into the attic in the house where I've saved every box.
Gave him all 8 pairs.
Which is what I did. I picked out. I think I want to say the blue, purple, and orange Gatorades ones used, not the dead stock pairs. The used pairs.
So for as much as you hate them, you still wouldn't part with the dead stock pairs?
Well, I'm gonna get the best deal possible here, Reed.
Bro.
So, so I brought all three used pairs in. You know, knowing like, look, you can maybe sell them for like $100 a piece. Dead stock, maybe not, but dead stock. This is going for about $300. I'm like, let's make a deal here.
He must have really liked you.
He took the deal.
Yeah,
He took the deal. 3 used, but in great shape, Gatorade ones, and I still had the extra laces. I still had the Gatorade towel. Still had the original box in good shape. All 3 of them. I said, just take them. And now I walk away.
Along with $200, I'm assuming.
What? No cash. No cash changed hands. My wife was super happy.
Ooh,
I
why, 'cause
walked away.
The Gatorades were out of the house?
They were out of the house. No money. All the money was still in the house.
How did you get...
And I walked away with a dead stock pair of Obsidians.
Oh my God, that's a
and
win-win.
3 less Gatorades. So eventually I'll have more Gatorade to get rid of. But I was
Wow.
feeling good about that.
I'm really impressed, 'cause especially when you get so many picks. Like you said, space is important. So the fact that you cleared off more space and got rid of...
And I'll never, ever miss the pairs that I traded away. That's a big key for me.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, those are probably your least favorite shoes you have, right?
I look at them and get upset.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
They're
no.
just-
Actually, I feel better as a person. But let me clear some space because I want to talk to you about my third pickup.
I heard rumors. These shoes are so good, and you guys obviously know what they are once you see them. They're so good that I learned about them from Hot Dog. And the fact that Hot Dog told me about these shoes. Oh, you guys already know what it is.
Yeah, can you see that face?
Yeah, you can see it.
Can you see that little Cactus Jack face on
Yep, yep. It's a little bit of a sad face, but no one around here is sad.
there? Not me.
No, definitely not.
Look at that. 10 and a half. Your boy's size. Here they are. Ooh, with the receipt. You know, I like that receipt.
Where's the thank you note from Travis?
Here they are. This I was so thrilled with. Oh, and I'm happy to show
my
you
God.
guys.
Do I need gloves on before you touch them?
And here they are.
Those are beautiful.
There's the Travis Sixes, baby. For the world to see. Right there. Center it up nice. Boom. Travis Scott Sixes. There you have it. The little dealie here. Nike Air on the back. This is for your spare change, right? This pocket?
Yeah, no, I figured that was for like the USBs for all like the video content.
Yeah,
we
that's
do,
all
right?
that is. Yeah,
those,
yeah.
Those keep the little carts in there.
And I think I saw a picture of these glow in the dark. Is that right?
I was about to ask you. I looked at them and I'm like, wait, do those glow in the dark? Do we know if they glow? I mean,
I don't know. I haven't worn them.
that would be a very
obviously.
Travis Scott thing for them to.
Yeah, I saw a
glow in the
picture
dark.
that looked like they glow in the dark and looked like this center part is actually like canvas.
Mm-hmm.
See how nice that looks? And then you could see this is
Distressed.
distressed a little bit. Smell that.
Oh, it smells like a win.
It does smell like a win. And look at that, the orange tag on the back. Little.
I'm actually really
air
happy. I'm
bubble
really
here.
happy for you because these are the shoes that Hot Dog wanted to get, and he was just like, "Oh, I missed out on them." I'm just like, these.
I couldn't believe it.
But also, I'm just saying, like, if you're not really, really into shoes, that's how I think either you see someone with them on, they're either really into shoes or they have a lot of money because you don't get this pair and hold on to them because of the resale value on them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't know
So,
what you
so
mean.
Hot Dog was talking about how he wants to get into the shoe game, right? And he's
Yes.
like, oh, he wanted to start off with these shoes, and I told him even if he would have won these, he definitely would have had to sell them because they're so like coveted, right?
Yeah, and because they went up in price immediately.
They're the second most coveted one besides. I mean, the one will always be the most, I think.
So
but
you think
besides
it'll
that-
go? You think it'll go 164 and then the low?
Yeah. Just I mean, I don't love the 6 silhouette out of all of them. Out of all the Jordans, these are my least favorite silhouette. But I think in terms of hype and the limited quantity, that these are.
And they just look so cool.
They
Hot
are
Dog,
nice.
So what are you thinking? I told Reed that my plan, if I got him, was to just show up to the office on Monday, pick my feet up, just flex. Yeah, just
a little
just
bit.
flex on everybody.
Yeah.
Well, did you try to get him? Did you? Were you involved in the
sneakers app. Downloaded the sneaker app, set the alert, 10 a.m. Woke up at 11.
Woke up at 11. He woke up at 11. Oh, that's right. Because you texted me and you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, my alert never went off." And then I was like, "Are you sure?" And then you said, "Never mind, I'm asleep."
Yeah.
No, I mean an alarm. You put the alert up, but an alarm didn't maybe make you think that 15 minutes before.
I fucked up.
Yeah, you did.
Those are really cool looking.
You like him?
I like them a lot.
What
What
size
size are you? 8.5.
Oh, that would have been a toughie.
Yeah.
Oh, 8.5 would have been a toughie. We
Yeah.
should check. Do you have a computer over there? You should check StockX. and I want you to find
See
out
what the
how much
price
an
is.
8.5 is going for right now. So I was in Las Vegas the day these were coming out. I had entered a ton of raffles for them. You know, all the like boutique. None of the chains got them in New York, but like all like the Extra Butters and the Kits and the
The
sneakers
places you
and
would
stuff.
assume have it.
Yeah, so I entered all those raffles. You know, didn't get any bites or anything on that. And I was like, well, I don't know. Like, I wasn't sitting there going, clearly I'm going to get them, right? It was one of those where I'm like, I have the 1s, I have the 4s. If I don't get them, I don't get them. I didn't get the lows.
But I don't think that's how you felt. I think you were setting yourself up to deal with failure because you knew how hard they were to get.
That's what it was. Yeah,
you definitely
No,
weren't.
no. You're right.
You were
you're
going
right.
to be like afterwards, you know what? I've had enough. Stan
No.
has never said.
No, because I really wanted them. Like, these are really, really nice.
They are really nice.
And they are, like, we talked about this before, I think. Are the lows an essential piece of the collection? I say they are not essential.
they're not essential, but I think once you get the rest of the collection, they're going to become they're going to feel a lot more essential.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But,
You're
like,
gonna
I
have
would say the
completionist mentality.
The first pair that he came, didn't he, like, weren't the Air Forces the first Travis Scott collab?
The canvas ones,
Yeah.
the white canvas
I think
ones.
those are completely non-essential.
I love those.
I love them, but I don't think, like,
Really?
when you're like,
They don't scream Travis Scott to you?
well, you know what it is? They're not part of the Travis Scott Jordan collection. They're
Yeah.
part of the Travis Scott Nike collection. So it's like, if you don't have those, you're not, I don't think you're missing anything.
I get
in
it.
the
And so the low ones to you feel a little bit too SB kind of look. They don't really feel Jordan like.
Right, because that's not a real Jordan. That's I
You
don't.
wouldn't rock one lows on there if it wasn't Travis Scott.
No, I mean I didn't get the UNCs. If I was getting any one low, it would be that UNC because
I
it was
feel
so
you.
nice. But I didn't get it. How much are the 8.5s going for? Hot dog?
620.
That's actually cheap.
Not bad. Yeah.
I mean,
When did these release again recently? Because usually about a week after the release
It's
is
about
the
a
best
week
price
ago.
for
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, it's
Because
about a
people have
week
all
ago.
gotten their pairs and now resellers start to panic. They're like,
So
oh,
it probably went down by now.
Yeah.
the price will probably go. I mean, if you
it'll
got,
go up. It'll definitely go up. It's
Keep-
not going down from 620. It'll go only up.
I have to
Yeah.
wait until the next raffle.
So what?
I mean,
they're not gonna get raffled. This is it.
This is
They're
it.
done. So, and this was.
What are the grunts?
This is a big one too. So I was in Vegas, and which is even worse because if I had gotten any bites on those raffles, they'd be like, "Come to the store and pick it up," and I'd be like, "Yeah, but see, that's what I was gonna tell you was
What happened?
what happened was."
I'm gonna get my friend to pick it up.
Hey, hot dog, where are you right now?
Yeah, I'd be like, so I don't know how I would have handled that. That would have been really rough. But unfortunately, I didn't even.
That's not how you won these though.
Sneakers, and it's not through a plug, and it's not through a bot.
I'm really not starting. I don't really believe
You don't.
that,
I
man.
know.
I just,
Most people don't believe me, but I woke up, Vegas time, 7 a.m. Luckily I got to sleep at like 9:45 the night before, so it's
as
fine.
most people do in Vegas.
Yeah, I was like, no. Like, what are you doing tonight? I'll be in bed.
Getting tucked in.
I got a sneakers draw to wake up for tomorrow. I don't think I've ever won a sneakers draw. Sneakers draw works differently than a sneakers raffle. So, Hot Dog, you're talking about lotteries and raffles. That's different. So most of the time, more often than not, when a sneaker goes on sale on the sneakers app, it just goes on sale at 10. The Travis Scott ones, part of my flex.
They just laying around.
Yeah.
They were just laying around. Yeah, not to be confused with the 4s. By the way, all 3 of these shoes that you're looking at right now,
Yo,
retail.
this
This
is the profile pic for the Facebook profile.
Retail. Retail.
Sam's like, sorry, I got a phone call. I gotta make it quick.
I'm sorry. I got 2 phones actually. What were you guys saying? Retail. Did you hear how much I paid for them? Retail.
Yeah, no, I got that.
These I got on sneakers app too, by the way.
I know, because you're the luckiest man alive. I don't understand. Do you know how many people are upset now looking at you? They're like, oh, wait.
Retail. So, I go, okay. So sneakers, usually the Travis Scott ones, for example, and every other, well, not every other, but most other big shoes, when they go on sale on sneakers, they just go on sale, 10 a.m., and you just click buy real quick, and
The app crashes.
the app crashes. Yeah, for the Travis Scott ones, for example, I didn't get through until 10:30. It took a full 30 minutes of the app crashing.
Just on the phone.
That's it.
Free
And
refreshing.
time is money, so that's important.
That's important. But I'm sitting there, the app is crashing. The whole thing is happening. So with these, they tried to avoid that, and they did a draw where basically they open the app for 10 minutes. It was a 10-minute draw. Sometimes they do 30 minutes. Sometimes they do longer. But for this one, they did 10 minutes. So for 10 minutes, everybody with a sneakers account can enter the draw. And I think this is a way that they try to get rid of bots. I think that they use that time because it's not instantaneous. Like after the 10 minutes, I think they try to sort out and make sure that if they can tell that people are using bots, that they're not winning.
That's weird you say that though, because I know there wasn't a lot. There was some backlash I know on Twitter about how hard these were to get.
I saw
to the point
that.
where Travis Scott reacted and was like, "Nah, we're gonna fix this so that the real fans can get the shoes."
Yeah.
Which again, that's a different discussion. What are the real fans? But
I
get
get these goosebumps every time. Okay, so
Have you worn them yet?
no, are you crazy? So I entered the draw. I woke up, on time, set my alarm for 6:59 a.m. Got to be up by 7. So
oh, you live dangerously.
6:59, not trying to waste any minutes. And I knew it was a draw too, so it wasn't like, you know what I mean? I had my 10-minute window to just click enter the draw and then go like, we'll see. And then when I got a thing that popped up that said you got him, I went like, here's what happens first. And have you ever gotten anything on sneakers?
Not recently. No, I've won Yeezy lotteries online.
Okay.
I've done that where you would go online. It feels amazing.
But with sneakers, it's all about like, cause you go like, I don't know like when it's gonna chime in. But what happens is like a little alert comes on your phone that just says, cause I use like Apple Pay, so all my cards are on my phone. So like the first thing that pops up is a little, window coming down saying like your credit card has been charged, and I go, what?
Such a good feeling.
What?
Which is amazing.
Yeah, your credit card has been charged $250 from Nike Inc. I was like, no, no, no. And I open the app, and it's like, you got him. And I'm like, yeah.
Oh my god! When you would suck, you ever go like, what if your credit card company canceled that purchase because it's a week? Like you said, it's in Las Vegas, so they're like, "What's this $250 purchase in Las Vegas?" Let's flag that.
It does happen. Like that has happened to people. I don't remember if it's happened to me or
His
not.
card's expired.
Right, and then Sam's just in tears with his bank, like, "How could you? I needed the shoes."
So the worst thing that happened, and I wish I remember what pair of sneakers it was, but it was a very rare pair of sneakers that I, believe it or not, got lucky again on sneakers and got. But it was super rare, and I got it, and I won it through Apple Pay, and everything was good, except it got sent to my old address. And I went, oh no. And I called UPS, and I tried to intercept, and I had to go through like 150 steps to get them. So that was as close. I don't think I've ever had one canceled on me. But these are here.
You know what I wish you know what we need to do? We need to train a camera on you on some of these releases so they can see your genuine reaction to if you win it on sneakers.
That would be funny. I would love to see that too, to tell you the truth.
Funny. Like in a Vegas hotel or something, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah. I'm sitting there like I'm in Vegas because I have to interview a whole bunch of wrestlers, but all that I wanted to do, I'm interviewing all these wrestlers, and all that I want to do is be like, you hear about the Travis drop?
Well, that's why I love it, because you're living your dream. You're out in Vegas doing something people would kill to do, and in your mind, all about the sneakers.
Trying to get these Travis
Scotts.
So I was in Vegas, and it was a media event, right? Like a whole bunch of, it was the 2K20 launch, and one of the guys that was there was wearing Travis 4s. I was like, let me start a conversation with this guy, because he's gonna know.
But it was kind of disappointing, wasn't it?
He's gonna know.
Did he know?
Oh, he knew.
Oh, he knew. Okay, good. Because we talked earlier about certain people that get shoes and they don't know the shoes. I thought you.
Oh, no. He knew the shoes.
Oh,
he knew the shoes. Yeah.
The little bonding moment.
And then I had forgotten, and some guy comes up to me, and he's like, what was I wearing? I wore the Spider-Man 1s. Because this guy came up to me, and he's like, oh, I knew you were going to be flexing. You're always flexing something. And I didn't remember that the year before the 2K19 launch, that's the last time I saw this guy, wasn't the guy in the 4s, it was another guy. He goes, because you were wearing those at the last launch, and he pointed at the 4s, and I was like, I guess I was. I guess I was wearing the 4s at the last launch, yeah.
Your shoe reputation precedes you now.
But here's the problem we're at. What did I tell you?
I don't see any problem in any of this.
Okay.
You're trying to make a problem.
What did I tell you about having one pair of shoes?
It's a travesty.
That's a good pun. Travesty. You know why? Now I absolutely have to find a second pair. So,
and it can't be for too much. It can't be the Starbucks price.
No. I can't do that. It's too much money. So I don't have a second pair.
Luckily, you got some Gatorades left to trade. So
I've been talking to the guy who works at the shoe place.
I got 3 more Gatorades for you.
that I got the Obsidians from, and I'm telling you, I've been texting him like, you get those 10. He's like, all I have is a 10 right now. I'm like, get a 10.5, get a 10.5, because
Oh,
I'm
my
telling
God.
you, I'm going to put together, and we'll tell you about it next time on NotShoes. I'm going to put together a blockbuster trade, and I'm
3-team trade.
a 3-team trade, whatever we have to do. But I so far, I think the trade that I made for the Travis Scott ones that we talked about before, and the
That's
trade
the
that
epic one.
the trade that I made for the Obsidians is pretty good too.
Yeah, that's just funny.
Right. So I'm gonna try for a third blockbuster trade that I'm gonna get back to you with. But I'm getting very anxious
Because you can't wear these.
number one, I can't wear these, and I want to. And number two, and I won't because again, these are the sneakers pair, so I'll never wear these. And number two, the longer this takes, the higher in value these are gonna go, the more of a blockbuster trade I'm gonna have to work out.
Yeah.
But if you start seeing Instagram plugs for the person that I'm trading with, understand a blockbuster deal went down. Because if it ain't a blockbuster, he's not getting the plug.
Yeah.
He's not getting the mention. You
And
know
these
what I
are
mean?
great sneakers to have for this time of year because the heavier sneakers, they're warmer when the weather gets colder. So
Yeah, they're great. But I got to get a second pair. I can't
you're,
just
you're a tortured mind.
walk around wearing these. There it is. There's the oh, I thought that was a sticker, but it's just a sticker on the box. I thought it was a new goodie I hadn't
I
discovered
thought it would have
yet.
had colored paper or something. I will say though, there's not much theme to the actual box as I thought there would be for especially shoes like this.
Well, it's forest green. You can see it has the yellow laces that it comes with.
Ooh, I don't like those.
You don't like the yellow laces?
Nope, not a big fan.
No,
of
I
those.
probably wouldn't add them.
Like I don't know what yellow. I mean, I guess I sound like a hypocrite because I love the pink laces with this Jordan shoes,
They
but I
look
don't
amazing.
know. I don't know how yellow incorporates into that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I like that the box is this, like, forest green color.
Yeah.
Goes with the military thing. Forest green and red. So, those are my pickups since the last time we talked. I like that they all have
Light work.
stories behind them. Light work.
Light work.
Light work. Light month for me.
That's the best thing about shoes, though, is the stories behind them.
Yeah. So these are the next big things that I have going on. Is the next pair of those, my second pair is Travis 6s, which, you know, we'll see. I got to set up a blockbuster trade for. And,
Talk to your agent.
Huh?
Talk to your agent.
I will, yeah. And the Shattered Backboard 3s are set to drop a week
You're really gonna
from
get those?
when we're taping this. I am. I've already decided, like, I could
Why?
wrestle with or not. I have the Shattered Backboard 1, have the Shattered Backboard 2.
No.
Got to get the Shattered Backboard 3. It's going to be one of those pairs that, like,
You're gonna feel like a clown.
I'm going to.
You're gonna feel like how you feel about your Gatorade shoes. I guarantee you.
I don't think that's true.
They're so. I mean,
Because here's what'll happen. I'll go like, no, I'm going to feel like a clown if I get them and wear them. And then I won't get them. And then I'll see somebody else wearing them. And you know what I'll feel like? A clown. Because
All
I'll
right.
see them.
whatever. I mean, I guess.
And you know what that makes me? Dumbo.
I guess the one thing I could say is that if you wore them enough, they could become so distressed that they're not as shiny as they are originally. So that could be good.
Yeah.
I mean, for all of you guys that don't know this, the new Shattered Backboards are super shiny. Someone just saran wrapped them.
It's really weird because they've got like wrinkles on them. It's like a crinkly consistency.
Hot dog's nightmare. The creases in the shoes.
Right,
They
the
come
creases are all
pre-creased.
over, except then it's like they laminated them with the creases on. So it's a really weird look. They've never done it before on a Jordan.
Why do you think they did that?
I have no clue, because as soon as they did that, everybody was like, "What?" Because really, what people wanted was an orange version of the breads. They wanted the black shoe with the orange highlights on it, and that's what I wanted. Yeah, just like the Royal that you see in front of us here. By the way, that Concord 11 is there because shout outs to Drip Bayless.
Drip Bayless.
He was rocking it on his Instagram, and so I was like, yeah, of course. But yeah, it's just he's our guy.
With the big crotch thrust with the shoe up.
Love it. I never wear sneakers with suits. I won't do it. But Drip can pull it off anytime.
No, when your name is Drip Bayless,
You got to.
gotta
You
drip
got to.
24/7.
But yeah, I mean, they wanted basically this sneaker, except where it's blue, orange.
Which sounds reasonable.
Right. But what they did is they made that sneaker,
Cool.
and then they wrinkled it.
Oh.
And you're like, okay, I don't mind distressed. And then they dipped it in a glaze. And you're like, huh? And they also
Like too much crep protector?
Yeah, exactly. And they distressed the bottom too, like they yellowed out the white on the bottom, which I don't mind that look. I think do they do it? Yeah, they browned it a little bit on the Travises.
I mean, I don't really notice that look. To me, I feel like that. The reason I hate the shininess of the new shattered backboards, as much as I just hate the look, is that it really feels like they just got into some kind of corporate office and they're like, oh, we want to re-release, but we got to make them different. How do we make them different? Well, no one's done this to these shoes before. There's a reason for that, maybe. Like, you know what I mean?
That's true.
I feel like when I see stuff like that, there's a disconnect between the design, and there's a difference between that and say, the Nigels. You're not a big fan of those, right?
I love the Nigels actually.
What are the ones that you're not a big fan of then?
There
I'm trying to
was
forget now.
no, there were, no. It was the I don't like the not for resales.
Something like that, but at least the point I'm trying to make is that they at least have clear visionary ideas.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like, because I think I do know people that don't love the Nigels. It's not you, but
Yeah.
and what I'm saying, you can look at those
I
and be
doubled
like,
up on the Nigels.
well, yeah, but even with the not for resale, kind of gimmicky, but it has why are they shiny? There's no story behind
Yes,
it.
that's exactly
and
right.
that's what makes it feel disgusting to me.
That's
honestly.
exactly right. Yeah, it's definitely the third. But I mean, I would say Shatter Backboard 1, 2, 3 goes in that order, like in terms of quality, in terms of
Yeah,
what's the,
well, the
what's
first
the
ones
best
could
shoe.
go as much as those sixes, the Travis Scott sixes.
Yeah, the
right?
first ones are incredible. I love the first ones. Second ones are all right. Quality's not that great on the second ones, to tell you the truth. The orange part, the sail part is still really nice, but the orange leather is a little stiff. And then the third ones are what the third ones are, but I'm gonna get them.
Oh, I mean, I guess I assume you're not gonna double up, are you?
Of course I am.
We
course
might
I'm
have to talk. We might have a little bit of a problem.
Of course I'm gonna double up.
Why? You don't even like them.
Well, because if I get them and I like them, I'm gonna want a pair to wear.
If you like them, what are you gonna have to do to like
Look,
them?
here's what's gonna happen. If I get them and I'm like, I am never gonna wear this pair of shoes, I'll put one on ice, trade bait for the next time I need to put out a blockbuster trade.
You can rationalize it all you want. I'm here to support you. I'm just saying.
Like
It's not. I don't think it's worth it.
Okay, well, guess what? You're totally wrong.
It's happened before.
Yeah, recently I got like a trade bait pair of Yeezys. I don't remember what they were, but like I was like, you know what? I can grab them. I might as well. I did pick up a pair of the Cloud 300s, but I got those for Travis's wife because I didn't want them. So I just
Off the old StockX.
no. I got them when they came out on Adidas.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, I scored,
Those are the best shoes.
but I didn't get them in my size. I got them in her size.
I think those are really nice
Not Travis
shoes.
Scott, Travis Teft.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
With Travis first name basis.
Yeah.
Now we know how he's getting all
Yeah,
these
that
shoes.
makes
He just
sense.
makes it slip like.
Travis Teft, producer of Jim Norton and Sam Roberts. Something that just came out, pictures for 2020. And, since we last talked, I think like people are saying the yellow toes aren't actually going to happen, which is a bummer.
Well, I think they're gonna happen eventually.
But not
Recently.
in the timeline.
I got you.
But they've pretty much officially said that in February 2020, they're coming out with, some people are calling them pine greens, even though they already have pine greens. Some people are calling them the Gucci's because they're similar to that, to the Royal, except that they're green. Like it's a black shoe.
But why isn't that just like a Christmas kind of?
Because it's coming out in February. Christmas is in December.
Yeah, but they do that all the holiday theme stuff like that or whatever.
They don't do it 2 months after the holidays over. That would sound so stupid. Imagine if they were like, oh, we're coming out with the Christmas Jordan 1 on February 20th. People would be like, that is stupid.
I forget what it is, but I feel like I've seen that before. Like Supreme either came out with a Christmas collection, never mind.
Yeah, but that's Supreme being ironic on purpose.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nike doesn't
You're
really
right,
do
you're
that. By the way, speaking of stupid things, I'm really trying to get one of those Supreme burner phones.
The ones that just released?
Yeah.
I thought you would have gone for the Supreme lantern. You saw that?
I think it's so dumb. So I was looking on eBay last night at Supreme burner phones.
Oh
and
my god.
I almost bought one because they were going for like $150. They're just the little burner phones, but they say Supreme on them, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And I was like, $150? Yeah, that sounds like reasonable. But then I looked, and the exact burner phone without the Supreme logo is $30. And I was like, maybe I just get this burner phone for $30.
Oh my god, I love Supreme so much for the reasons people hate it. Just because I love when they do stuff like that and I see it sells, because I know it gets as many people as those get happy. Twice as many people get upset. By
I like
fact
the
that they're being
trolling,
sold.
the
Yeah.
trolling aspect too. You know what I have over there on the shelf? Supreme New York Post.
Oh yeah, I remember I was in Sirius when you came in with like 3 of them or something
I
like
was like,
that.
son, I got the Supreme New York Post.
That's so funny. I would frame one of those and just keep it, just
Yeah.
as like memorabilia.
It's the Supreme New York Post. And if anybody's like going there, like, why would you get that? Be like, bro, that's the Supreme New York Post. Look at my Supreme burner phone. I
Right?
got the Supreme Axe.
Ironically, the only thing Supreme tends to touch in it, not turn to gold, are sneakers. Like they came out recently with
Yeah.
Dunks, and people don't go crazy for them, which is
No.
kind of nice actually, because it tells you that sneaker culture is still above that a little bit. But like the reason they came out with 3 different Dunks, and people were just like,
I looked at the resale on them recently. First of all, they're not nice, and second of all, yeah, the resale. I don't even think they're at $200.
No, which is
Yeah.
crazy to think about when a burner phone is almost going as much as their shoes.
Yeah, it really is. If I want one of those red burner phones.
You should.
Right?
Little stocking stuffer for Sammy.
Like, how great would it be to just like be talking on it in public, and people would go like, "It's the worst phone you could get. You're only doing that so we see the Supreme logo."
Because you always look like a hipster on top of it by
Yeah.
not having a smartphone.
Yeah.
What you gotta do? Get it for your kids. Like, yeah, we got him a cell phone young, but
I'm not trying to get those sticky doo-doo fingers all over my Supreme burner phone.
We gotta teach him to keep it clean.
That's true.
Double
No,
up
that's
on 'em.
true. Maybe I'll double up.
Double up.
Maybe I'll double up. But so the pine greens that are supposed to be coming out February 2020, they are a little bit different. The black leather is very muted. Like it's almost
Like a matte.
yeah. It's
like that.
It's almost the reverse. Like it's not. It doesn't even have this shine that this has. It's almost the reverse of the what's it called on this Chatter Backboard 3? The
I'm trying to think about. I
you
think I know
the-
what you mean.
Like the patent. It's almost the reverse of the patent leather. And then the Wings logo is like the Wings logo on the satin black toes, where it's not painted on. It's like a piece of either metal or plastic, and it's solid black.
Which is nice because it doesn't wear away then.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I would rather them just go with the classic. But I guess they
Well,
gotta
you
switch it up
like things old
sometimes.
school. I know you're also big on like basically the 3s and 4s not having the Jumpman on the back. Like,
Yeah,
know-
I like the retro stuff.
I get
yeah.
you. But are these the shoes? Are you gonna go for these ones, or is it just kind of like
Probably, but I'm not blown away. If it was the classic,
Because you like the pine green, I know.
I love the pine green. And if it was the classic, I'd be like, done. Like if it was a strict retro, even though that color obviously isn't a retro colorway, but if they took that colorway and just made it retro, I go, yeah, definitely. But because they didn't, I'm like, I don't love it. What do you think of the, speaking of patent, these are also coming out within the next couple weeks. Have you seen the Fearless pack?
No.
So it's a Jordan Fearless pack. One of them, I like it. It's for women, but I'm gonna try to get it. It's bread. It's the bread. It's the black
Really?
and red. Except it's all
I think I know what you're talking about. Is it muted or
like
something
sequin, like sequincy, almost like lycra looking.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that one because I thought it looked really weird.
It
Like,
looks
it's almost
really
dark
weird.
gray, like smoke
Yes.
over it. Right?
Yes. I'm gonna try for those.
Why?
I mean, I don't know. I won't
For
get
Jess
them.
or for you?
No, I'll get them in size 12 for me.
You wear those?
Fuck yeah.
Good
Look
for
like
you.
$1 million bucks.
Yeah, of course.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna try very hard to get them. I've never I always kind of like when they put out those women's shoes that are nice.
Well,
I kind of half try like, okay, if I fall into them, I'll take them. But I
again,
don't
the
really
women's shoes that
care.
annoy me for kind of the same reason the Shattered Backboard 3s annoy me. I just feel again they're trying like why can't you just give regular shoes for women? Why do you got to make it a woman?
like just make
first?
them smaller.
Yeah.
Make them smaller for women's feet.
Like you know that product we like here, we're gonna give it to you, but an altered version.
Right.
So you know it's
No,
not
totally.
originally made for you.
Totally, it's for chicks,
Right?
yeah. Yeah. No, you're right. I agree with you. But then the men's, there's a few of them in the Fearless pack. There's like a few mids. They're all kind of almost with their colors. Like the colors are all mixed up. Like a couple of the mids have like a watch on the end of the laces, which is whatever.
Sounds like Virgil Abloh.
A little bit,
Like
a
that
little.
kind of,
But
like-
if you put Virgil's name on it, they would be the hottest things in the world.
Oh yeah,
let's
for
just
sure.
put it that way. Yeah,
If you put it, I would know every single detail about them.
of course, of course. But the ones that have people talking, some people love them, some people hate them, are I think a lot of people are calling them the Chicago to UNCs, where it's like, it's patent, and it's blue. I want to say it's blue on the top and red on the toe box. And it's white otherwise.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder if
Which I'm not, I don't love patent leather on these sneakers. Like I have the gold toes, which works for the patent, but I
patent
won't,
leather like shine like this.
That's
right?
it, yeah.
See, I don't love.
I don't love it.
The only shoe I ever like him on is these ones right here, just because otherwise it feels like they're like
Skip makes them look so good too.
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
he?
of course, that's what it was. I didn't even know about these until I saw him with them on, and I was
They
like,
shouldn't
oh
even call
my
them
god.
the Jordan 11s. They should call them the Skip 11s.
Yeah, of course.
Triple 11s.
From this generation, doesn't even know who Michael Jordan is.
No, but they know who Skip
They know
is.
Skip Bayless is. You know what? The patent leather always reminds me of prom shoes, like this
Yes.
dress shoes like that, and so that's when I usually never liked them. So
Yeah.
unless it's the 11.
No, on the Concords they look good, but like, yeah, I've never been a fan. Plus, those don't look good creased.
No, of course, because it's shiny.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like when you do the muted, more matted colors, it almost makes things age well. But I mean, I don't know.
And then they're coming out with, I think next month, they're coming out with the Jordan 1 Bloodline, is what they're calling it. But it's just, I mean, it's very similar.
He's going to take it off his feet now.
Yeah, it's very similar to what I'm wearing now, which is just like kind of another way to get red,
Black and
white,
red.
and black.
We talked about that in a previous show. How lucky is Nike that the Chicago Bulls are black, red, and white?
I know,
Like,
I know, because it's just another way. Like, I certainly will be skipping the Bloodlines.
Why? I thought you would be all over those, especially if you're going to be all on the shattered backboards.
They're so similar, and it's like they're not a classic anything. It's just like they're gonna look cool when people wear them and everything, but they won't look any different.
But they're not similar in the same way the magnets are to the 700 to the Wave Runners.
I don't think
thought
so.
No,
Because the only thing really similar, yeah, I mean the entire upper, like this is so grayscaled that I think it's totally different. I think the Wave Runners,
like different themes.
yeah, the Wave Runners are kind of like shocking. Like the Wave Runners are like you have to take a minute before you appreciate them because they're so colorful and light.
I got you.
Whereas the grayscale on this actually tones it down a lot. I think they're totally different.
All right, just trying to keep you honest, trying to understand
No,
the
I
mind that
appreciate
is
that.
Sam Roberts.
But yeah, so I'm not going to go for the Bloodlines, I don't think. And I don't see them.
He's gonna get 2 pairs.
You think so?
Yeah, I know.
Well, if I get one, I get 2.
Yeah, no,
But
that's the problem.
There's no single. It's a double up or it's nothing.
That's how
Double up or nothing.
That's the level we on right now.
Right. Like if I don't double up, I don't consider it part of the collection.
That's sad.
I'm just,
Yeah,
trying,
it's
I'm
bad.
just trying to get that one.
You're trying to get what one?
Just
Just not a double up.
Just up hair.
Up, yeah.
No, why don't you
One
try for
shoe,
the
one
bloodline?
shoe.
Yeah, one shoe.
That's what he meant.
Why don't you try for the bloodline?
I could try if I don't oversleep.
You might oversleep.
Yeah.
That's the thing. No, you might.
I think Bloodlines actually be a good start for you too, because we talked about earlier. If you want to get into sneakers, you can't start with the most hype shoes.
No,
so
yeah, and I
that's a
think
good
so,
entry
too.
level shoe. I think.
Or it might be an okay time to start with some of these Yeezy releases. Like we talked about the Hospital Blue on a previous show.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought you would have gotten a pair.
No, because the Hospital Blues that came out weren't the ones that were advertised as Hospital Blues.
You're saying Kanye misled an
Completely.
advertisement?
It
That
didn't
doesn't
make any
He
sense.
doesn't do that.
Like, so there's a pair that like, so the Hospital Blues turned into the Teals.
And no one wears teal in a hospital.
No, but the Teals are different from the original picture of the Hospital Blues. The original picture of the original Hospital Blues that I saw and came on here and said, I love these.
I remember,
They don't exist, those shoes.
but there's a picture of them.
I know, because it's the same way they have those like orangey pink looking 700s. I don't know if you've seen those. Like they're like
I probably would if I had them in front of me. Yeah, but I know what you mean. He has a million different samples.
right, and he just doesn't release them.
No.
Like they'd be so great in all these different colors. He doesn't release them. So I don't like the ones that came out that these are the Hospital Blues. I don't like them because I don't like the 700 the V2s. I don't like them, and those were V2s.
Oh, you know what? A really bad Kanye shoe that got announced is coming out. Did you see the new 700s with like the orange and then the number 700 on the side?
terrible. Those are the,
those are the bargain bin version.
MNVNs.
They're so bad. They're the 700 model, but they're the price of 350. They're going to go for
Oh, they
220.
cheap?
That's how bad they even know they're bad. Usually those go for 300.
Yeah,
they're
they're
like
terrible.
220.
It says like 700 across the side on it in
Yes.
big letters. There's no subtlety to it whatsoever. There's no art to it.
Well, they tried to add some flair to it. I could be wrong. I think it's a runner or some no-name athlete, not no-name athlete, but like a big athlete in a sport that we don't really know mainstream. Apparently had like influence over the upper change, and I'm just like, oh, it looks so.
It looks so bad. I would definitely be staying away from it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
there's no way I'm getting the MNVNs. Completely skipped on those Hospital Blues because they're terrible. Again, V2s. I have not seen one 700 V2 that I'm like, oh, that's a nice shoe.
Well, speaking of the V2s, at least we are officially going into the next versions of the Yeezys though, because in November the V3 comes out.
Not the V3.
Well, it's the Alien or
It's
whatever
the
it's called.
380 Alien.
But that's not V3.
Nope.
Oh my god, whatever.
Nope.
I like those.
They
a lot.
changed that again too. And then so they put out. So then the Teals are announced because the 700 Teals are coming out, and the original prototype for them were what was advertised as the
It's so complicated.
Hospital Blues. So a picture came out for the Hospital Blues, right?
All right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And Sam was like, I want those.
I want those. They had like orange laces. They had different kinds of blue on them. I'm like, those look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely getting those. I told you, I'm definitely getting them.
You still
Whatever
think
I
they're
have
coming
to
out?
do. No, because they changed the name on it. So the hospital blue was the V2, and I was like, I'm definitely not getting those. And then they were like, don't worry. What we originally said was the hospital blues. There was confusion. It's the teal. And I was like, okay. And then the 700 teals, they showed them. They're coming out next month. And I'm like, I get where it's technically the same, but you've completely muted all the colors. You took everything out. This is a terrible shoe. I'm not getting it. It looks almost exactly the same as the
Do you know
Magnet.
why they would have done that?
Because it's
Yeah,
Kanye.
what's going on? Like, it's not
Hard to just do the sneaker that people want. Why are they doing it?
I don't know. I don't know. They
You
literally.
should let them know. You should let them know.
It
I'm really
looks.
confused.
It looks extremely, extremely similar to the Magnet. Extremely similar. To the point where I'm like, I can't justify that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, my only thought is maybe they're going for more a fall look, like the muted colors. You know what I'm trying to say? Where they like the Travis Scott, for instance, even recent colors besides the Oiler blue, they're usually muted colors for the fall. So maybe that's what they were thinking. I don't know.
Can you sit there and tell me that the shoe
Great.
you're looking at right now is not the Magnet?
It's half the Magnet.
It's like the upper is the Magnet.
Yeah, I mean, gray shoes sell. That's what I mean. I can understand why they do that, but I get what you're saying. Gray
So
shoes sell.
annoying.
Gray shoes sell so well. The first pair of shoes I ever got, Yeezys I ever got, were those Beluga 2.0s because they were gray, and I was like,
So-
oh, they go with everything.
So I'm out with that. Black Friday, they're still supposed to be re-releasing the black 350s.
I want those so.
So
bad,
yeah, I
though.
want those too. Actually, I'm gonna try again. And then did you see the Yeshiels and the Yeshayas that they're coming out with in 350s? Those
Bless
are the
you.
yeah, I know, right? Those are the different colors. Like it's like pink on top and black on the
Oh
bottom.
yeah.
They look really nice.
They look like. I'm glad you said that because you're the only person I know that has. I agree with you. I like them too. They're like what the version
second-
of Kanye.
Right. Yes.
They're like the what the whatever, like just
the-
crazy colors.
The Yeshayas, the second pair, I don't like as much. The Yeshiels, I wrote it down. The Yeshiels I like.
Well, they look like
Yeah.
like someone took colorful plaid and then just kind of abstractly pulled it apart. Kind of. I know what you mean. They're cool, but there's not really going to be a pair that. I think if you're getting a pair of Yeezys, unless you have an absorbent amount, you wouldn't go with that pair. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because
yes.
they're really hard to wear.
Yes. Let's see. I mean, I don't want to get too deep into a conversation because we've already been going for a long time about the collabs. We were going to talk a lot more about collabs.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Because I'm sitting here. I don't have any of the Kyries, but I think if you're gonna get a non-retroed basketball sneaker,
Yeah.
the Kyrie is the way to go. I love the Kyrie.
The Kyries do look really nice, and again, I
And
was
the
thinking about that.
SpongeBob Kyrie is like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and performance-wise, they're pretty good. I mean,
I like the SpongeBob Kyries. I like the Lucky Charms Kyries.
I showed you the Friends one before.
I love the Friends Kyries. I think the subtleties in that are really cool. If I were going to get a shoe of a current basketball player, it would definitely be the Kyries.
His shoe model, I think, is besides LeBron, and maybe not the case now, but his is the second most popular.
Michael
on
Rappaport
Nike.
told me LeBron was the fakest player in the NBA. So
You know, I'm a LeBron stan, kind of like Kanye, but that didn't make me too happy either. Trust me. Yeah,
I
he's not wrong about that.
I see.
But yeah, no, the Kyries are a good shoe to go with. The only thing I would say, and they're really popular amongst young people. I hate saying that, but
youth.
when I play
The
pickup ball
youth.
a lot, like a lot of kids have them on to a surprising level, and it's because the price point too.
Hot Dog, are you saying Kyries for
For the children?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at the one that we were looking at the sneakers up, the one that's coming up. Is it
The blue one?
I think so. I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't like it that much.
You did not like it because it's for the children?
Yeah.
You couldn't give anyone some buckets in those?
It's just it wasn't the colors weren't like subtle enough. Like I kind of need.
I
You're
don't
not
know,
really
it's
ready
too-
to step out like that.
Yeah,
I
Well,
see.
because the main market in those shoes are like the main money makers are the 12-year-olds who play basketball in high school, middle school. That they want the really flashy.
Right, where you're like, what's the... I mean, think about it. Like, those Concords, when I was in middle school, I guess, maybe late middle school, early high school. No, probably middle school, were like the coolest shoes in the world. Because
Yeah.
at the time, like, there was nothing subtle about those Concords. Like, those were the craziest, flashiest things you ever saw.
Because I'm really jealous of you because this was back in an era when. Like, it's one of the reasons I love what Kanye does now is that silhouettes were unique. The designs
Yes.
were different. They're not retroing things. This was the heyday of sneakers for a lot of people because you didn't know what the next one was going to look like.
Yeah.
Even the new Jordans they make now, which are more performance based, they started doing it where they make modern versions based off of old silhouettes.
Although the Jordan 34 is actually the nicest one in a long time, I think.
Yeah, but I'm saying they're basing that off of an old Jordan silhouette. Is what I'm saying.
Well,
You don't look at them and go like, oh, it's super unique. or whatever.
34 of them. I mean, at some point, what are you gonna wrap your feet in garbage bags? Like at some point, you're unhappy with the Adidas Star Wars
Really bad.
collaboration?
Well, I mean, I'm a big Star Wars nerd too, so maybe, and I was kind of hyped because I wanted to get a pair of basketball shoes, and also because I love Adidas basketball shoes in general. Like James Harden makes probably some of the best performance-wise basketball shoes, and his new one I haven't played in yet, but when it was part of the Star Wars, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And then I looked at them, and I'm like, they're just color coded. Like this could have been a Wiggles collab, and it would have looked the same to me.
shoe.
Well, like literally, they have black and red pair. There's not, and you even said like if I had just shown you those shoes, you would not have thought Star Wars. And I think it speaks to a bigger level that we're at a really bad point in terms of collabs. Like collabs seem to be so lazy across the board, where I don't know if they're a collab. If you don't tell me that they are from this thing, I should be able to know. That's what I'm gonna say. I should be able to know that it's a Dragon Ball Z collab, that it's a Star Wars collab, without you telling me. And that's not happening. So it just feels like weak corporate grabs at our fandom to get sneakers that we wouldn't otherwise buy.
Yeah.
And it's upsetting.
I know. You're upset by it. I like that. I'm glad. I like to see you fired up. Well, Reed, it's been real, man.
Oh, it's already done. Yeah,
Smoked, man. This one smoked right by for me.
No, I know. I have so much fun doing this all the time, but I'm going to go look at those Travis Scotts a little bit more when we're done.
All right. Well, you keep your hands off them. You look with your eyes.
No, I know.
Okay. Okay.
That's how my mom told me when I went into gift stores, too, when I was a kid.
Well, Reed, how can they follow you in all the spots?
Oh, yeah. Well, at the Gram by Reed on Instagram. Also, if you guys are also on YouTube, check out Rim Check. Me and my friends do this NBA comedy show we've been doing for a little bit. We got something we're going to do. We're going to go to Madison Square Garden for opening night, so check out that. But
James Dolan.
yeah, right. He might not be wanting to watch that episode. But anyways, yeah, that's it. And I appreciate it. I've had a lot of fun, as always.
For sure. And Hot Dog is always a pleasure.
Be on the lookout for this episode, 2021.
Yeah, we're going to actually edit this thing?
I got you. I gave you my word. I messed up once or twice.
And with Reed, word is bond. Is that right?
It's my ninja way.
All right.
Love it. We'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching NotShoes. We'll see you, in a month or so?
That's
when
your
we'll do
call.
All
I'm
right.
here.
All right.
As long as I finish the episode by then.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Subscribe to the YouTube channel in the meantime. We do Sam Roberts Now every Friday night. Wrestling podcast coming out every Monday and Thursday. Interviews popping up all the time. That movie show is going to come out eventually, I promise you. But I'm only one man. I also got this morning show that I do every single morning, and I work for WWE. So why don't you get off my balls for a second, okay? Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.